everybody, and welcome to Old Roommates. Today on the show, we're revisiting the music videos of Aha's Take On Me and Paula Abdul's Opposites Attract. So grab your MTV Moon Man, grab a seat, and get ready.
All right, welcome back, everyone. It's Christina.
And Brian at Old Roommates, the only podcast that revisits pop culture through a middle-aged lens. It's the only one.
The only one. The only one. So,
yeah.
80s videos.
Yeah.
Oh, what is better than 80s videos?
I know.
We are revisiting, this is our second episode with the videos, music videos, which is exciting. And I have to say, I love it. Mm-hmm. We are starting with Take On Me.
Yeah, the big one. I mean, I think it's kind of like...
Oh my God, I'm so glad you said that.
Right?
It's so true. So when we started talking about this concept of doing videos, revisiting videos, the first and only video that popped up is Take On Me. Aha. It, to me, is 100% the picture of music videos from the 80s.
Yeah, I think it will always be in, well, I shouldn't say everyone, but I feel like it's always in that top three. Like when you think of music videos, you do kind of go to Aha, Take On Me.
Absolutely.
And so back in 84, 85 when the video came out, I absolutely remember loving it. Mostly because of the song. And there's just that amazing shot where the camera spins around and you see this live through, and it's not a mirror, it's just like a window frame into the other world where she's live and then he's live and then she's animated, and
it was so cool.
It's really cool.
It was really cool.
It was really cool.
And like the technology back then, that was unheard of. That wasn't something that you'd see.
Yeah. And even so, I guess then for me, it blew me away. I was always excited when it would come back on, whenever it was being shown.
Mm-hmm. Even now, like when you hear,
you picture,
like,
that is
oh my
true.
gosh,
You do picture the video.
It's amazing. Honestly, like I loved the video when it came out. I loved it again while I was rewatching it. I remember how adorable that main character, I don't even know what his name is, but I just remember him being like so adorable. He was just my type back then.
Well, the lead singer.
Yes. Do you remember what his name is?
Nope.
No. And they never had another hit. They never had another hit.
I wonder, I mean, I didn't do much research, but like, I wonder if that's, so they're a Norwegian band, and I'm guessing in Norway they probably had another hit. I mean, just
we could actually do a little research on this podcast.
Yeah. I did do some research. So what's interesting is this is an award-winning video. It won 6 MTV Music Video Awards.
Nice.
And that's where it ends. That's all they researched.
No Grammys?
No. So again, this is just the video. So it's not about the song or like how many times, how long it was number one. Also, the video took 4 months to make.
That doesn't seem long, actually, for what it is.
But if you consider that, 4 months, if you don't know that your song is even going to be a hit.
Right. True.
To spend 4 months of your life making one 3.5-minute video, you're taking a big chance, a big money risk, and I think the song actually was released a year or two earlier and didn't do anything, and then I think someone like discovered it and released it a year later, and it became the timing was just better. But it's an interesting point. I think you do think of, and maybe it's up there with. Oh my God. I'm going to say it's up there with probably Thriller, where you can't hear the song without picturing the video. But I think that's a rare thing. Maybe Madonna Vogue, if I'm being honest. But I do think about that.
Well, it's like crazy to think about it now. I think there's a handful of videos that I can think of. But back then, videos were so popular that it was impossible to think of a song without picturing the video. In a lot of cases, I liked the song because of the video. And this is definitely one of those cases. I honestly, I can't even tell you what the actual song is about. Like, I suppose if I went through the lyrics, okay, take on me, take me on.
Yeah.
But then it's like, I'll be gone? Like, where are you going? Like, I don't understand.
Well, it's kind of
so
okay.
it just seemed... I think it's interesting that I don't really care about what the song is about because I just picture the video. As far as I'm concerned, the song is about
being trapped in a comic book. Yeah, I mean, there's so few songs that detail the plight of being stuck in a comic book.
Seriously,
I guess that's true. No, I mean, to me, it's just about taking a chance, even though he's only in town for one night. I mean, if I had a nickel.
So you just cheapened this whole memory of mine. Thank you so much, Brian.
But it's so let's get into the video. Do you, like, the hand comes out? I didn't remember that. So talking about then and now.
Sure.
The hand comes out of the am I stupid? That is a real hand. What did you think? Like, to me, it looks so real.
What is your question?
Is there someone under the table putting their hand?
I don't think so. I think it's part of it's the comics. It's the comic. It's the drawing. It's the sketch.
I understand. I'm talking about behind the scenes, like the making of.
Oh, do you think that there was a person under the table?
They filmed it with a real hand from under the table, and they just went over it. So there's something called rotoscoping animation, which is what this video, and we'll get to Paula Abdul's video, do the same thing. But I wonder if there was actually it was just very crisp,
very
and smooth. Yeah, and then she gets pulled into the situation, and so when the waitress is mad because she gets stiffed on the bill,
yeah,
she crumples up the paper. Do you think so? Is that the crumpling of the paper? Do you think that's when everything went chaotic?
Yes.
Okay.
I do, but I did not think that. I did not even put that together when I was watching it 25 years ago.
Same.
But I actually forgot that she was in a diner. Like, I forgot that whole part with the mad waitress. I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess I kind of remember that after watching it. But, yeah, it's so funny that you say that because all of a sudden I was like, oh, wait. She crumpled up the paper.
That's right.
Now the whole world is askew.
People are mad, chasing after them.
Right. So it kind of made a little more sense after that happened.
I do remember when I was younger, so it was probably 12 or 13, and being like, I just remember when she bursts out of the animated world, she's next to the trash can.
Right.
And I remember thinking, like, it would have been cooler if she if the trash can had just busted in 3 places and then she was like sitting in the trash can.
That would have made a lot more sense. A lot more sense.
It was just a little too cute that she was sitting next to it.
Right.
But her reaction was, I felt her reaction. I felt it was real.
Yeah, she was good. She actually,
she grabs her paper.
Pretty good actress.
Yeah. And I think her name is Bunty something. She is also a musician at the time and a model and an actress. And their chemistry is like good for animated.
Crazy. I know. You want them to be together. It's like, oh, they do deserve to be together.
They really have good chemistry, which is crazy. Because
I wonder if they were dating in real life or something.
Probably. That's fair. Because if you think about it, I mean, I guess animated characters can have chemistry, but there's only maybe seconds where they're both human. But you feel the chemistry even as she's looking long. Like, that is a weird scene, but it's really works.
When you want them to be together.
When she's human, she looks down at the comic book, and he's there looking at her. And I'm like, that's hard to do.
Yes.
Imagine, like, Christina, you're an actress. Look at that.
Look at this
my pencil sketch. And it's not, and it's not even that very vivid of a sketch.
Well, maybe he was under the table tickling her legs or something.
Yeah, something.
But the one part that just was always disturbing to me at the end, even like rewatching it, just that whole like bouncing around all sweaty in the doorway.
What does this say, Christina, in my notes?
What does it say? Slamming around the door and sweaty.
It's so weird.
It is weird. I just don't think it was necessary. I guess it was supposed to show that he really fought to be with her and break into the real world.
Yeah.
And then I remember wondering, like, what now? Like, what are they going to do? Is he going to move in with her? Like, is he going to try to like live in like the real world, or is she going to try to live in like a comic world? I just don't see how that relationship is going to withstand the real world.
Well, considering that, oh my God, I forgot my train of thought. Sorry, my husband just walked by in a towel.
So this might be a good time to ask if anyone wants to be a guest on our show.
It's
the little perks.
The perils of the studio life. What was I going to say? So, but I did wonder, but the very end, you remember there's that magazine cover.
Yes, I think that's part of why it's like confusing. Like, is he going to drag her into the comic world, or is she going to drag him into her world? I think it would work better if they were in the comic world, honestly. Didn't seem like she had a whole lot going on for her.
No.
Obviously, if she's looking for romance and, like, a comic book page.
I liked it. Problematic that they've never really shared a word together. Yeah. But that's the chance you take when you enter a comic book world.
Who knows if they even speak the same language. The language of love, right?
I hope it works out for them.
Me too.
Any favorite scene?
I do. I love the mirror. Well, the window. I mean, that is 100% my favorite
Flawless.
scene. I could watch that scene over and over and over again and just be like still sort of enthralled with it. I just loved it. I thought it was really cute. It's just fun.
Mm-hmm. And I did the waitress looked familiar, and I didn't spend any time.
No, I didn't either.
And I was like, is that Cyndi Lauper's mom? But it wouldn't be.
No, probably not.
Probably not. It's interesting. Did you watch Deadpool 2?
No.
Okay. Deadpool 2 is an amazing movie. Definitely everyone see it. It's so funny. But on that soundtrack, the AHA does an unplugged version on that sound. No, it wasn't for the movie. It was for an unplugged special. But it's a very pretty version. But I was looking for a music recommendation.
Very nice.
Yeah, and a movie recommendation, 2 in 1. But I think it's it is kind of flawless. I agree that when he's breaking through back into the real world, it is strange, but I guess effective. I think she had an easier time breaking back into the real world because he just pushed her through the hole.
Right, like why couldn't he just climb through the hole?
Yeah.
Or maybe it was wrong. Yeah, maybe it was more difficult because he was made in that world or something.
But she entered the animation world fine.
Very easily, yeah. Just with his hand.
hand.
He just had to hold her hand.
Yeah. So,
it's a little flawed. But still amazing and fun. And she danced the way I danced in the 80s. Back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's how I danced in the 80s.
Yeah, I just can't get over their chemistry. I think that, to me, is I think that's why that video endures. Because it's I think it's hard to do.
Fall in love with the character? Like an inanimate?
Yeah, and he's animated.
He is animated.
Yeah, but I think it is tough to do. So, yeah. Do we want to just dive into Opposites Attract?
Why don't we take a break and come back?
Oh. Well, then we take a break before the questions. No?
Well, we haven't really worked this out. But we can do either way. Right. What would you feel comfortable with? So when we did Papa Don't Preach in Battlefield, we took a break and then devoted the second half to the second video.
And then we rolled into the questions.
And we rolled into the questions.
Let's do that.
All right, we'll take a break.
We'll be right back.
Hey there, it's Brian and Christina. We just wanted to take this break to thank you for listening to Old Roommates, the only podcast that revisits pop culture through a middle-aged lens. Please subscribe to Old Roommates on iTunes, Spotify, and wherever you listen to podcasts. And give us a rating or review while you're there.
And if you have any questions, comments, or observations, shoot us an email at oldroommatespod@gmail.com. And follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Old Roommates. Thanks for listening, and now, back to the show.
And we're back.
What a break.
That was a good break. We always have such great breaks. You don't want to know what happens during
Very productive break. So Opposites Attract, and I have to be honest, and this is, maybe you can even hear it in my voice, I was more excited to talk about this one, as much as I love AHA in that video. I think I'm more excited to talk about this one because there's so much to it.
AHA.
And so going back to 89, 90, I think this is 1990, Opposites Attract.
I have 88. Did you look it up?
Really?
Yeah.
The only reason That's interesting. Okay, well, is that the album?
I don't know what it is.
Awesome. So I think so.
Be
the
happy
reason why
I looked something up. Just be happy.
The only reason I think it's 91 is because 90 because it won a 1991 Grammy Award. So we're talking about 2 award winners today.
Right.
And
But we're talking just about video.
That's right. Grammy Award for video.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
for
know
like
it
short form video, music video.
Oh,
yeah.
fun.
I don't know if the Grammys still give music video awards. They probably do.
I have no idea.
But yeah, so Paula Abdul, so let's just say 90.
Oh, well,
89,
it doesn't
90,
matter.
it's fine. And so I remember this video being a lot of fun, but I do remember being like, ooh, some of the, say, special effects aren't as seamless. Mm-hmm. And again, they also use rotoscoping animation, like the AHA video, where the animation is sort of like humans interact, like do the movements first, and then an animator goes over frame by frame and creates an animated figure movement over them. So that's what that is. Sort of paraphrasing that. But I remember thinking, particularly the steps. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? So there's a scene where Paula Abdul and the MC Scat Cat are ascending the stairs and going up and down.
Love it.
Well, I feel like that's the least convincing part. I feel like they don't look like stairs to me.
Right. No, it doesn't. It's obvious.
It's like
doesn't.
just bad, but I mean...
But I honestly, I loved all of those scenes when she's dancing with Scat Cat.
Yeah.
I just thought it was so fun. And
I love
awesome.
that she's the oversized shirt.
And the oversized, everything.
Super cute. Yeah.
She was great. She was great. So should we talk about like what we liked first?
What do you want to talk about then? I was just saying about then, like because then the
yes,
steps
I do
bothered
remember
me.
feeling
Yeah.
like I
That was
remember
the only
seeing
part.
that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like it didn't bother me. I really liked that it was a little bit rough. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't know. It didn't really bother me that this today either.
I think 5 years. This is 5 years after Take On Me. So just in terms of animation and technology and capabilities. So.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I just mostly enjoyed her dancing.
Yeah.
Like her dancing's so good in this.
Amazing and fun. And one thing, so I did look this up on Wikipedia.
Good job.
And she did both dancing. So. Meaning she did the MC Scat Cat.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, so she was basically dancing like
with herself.
With herself, yeah, yeah. So
which is really smart, right? It's really smart.
Yeah.
You're going to have the same movements.
Yeah.
And...
Well, actually, wait, am I getting that right? She choreographed. She choreographed the cats dancing. So then we have a man dancing next to her. Someone.
Well,
I know, slightly different. But she did choreograph.
That is completely different than what you just said, and I'm no longer impressed.
She choreographed both halves of the dance routine.
Well, that's not surprising. That's what her job was. She was a choreographer for like most of her life.
She could have collaborated with someone else.
She's not going to collaborate with anybody.
And
she was really
Paula
good.
Abdul. I will say, and she's a good sport.
Such a good sport,
right? Because I mean, some of this stuff is a little.
So most of it I really loved. I truly did. I thought it was so fun. Like I said, I loved the dance sequences. I was impressed with the technology for what it was back then for the videos. It was just fun. I mean, she was with not just Scat Cat, but also like his friends and like a lot of the cartoon, you know, background and things like that. I did feel like the relationship with Scat Cat was a little bit inappropriate and felt a bit creepy at times.
Yes.
There was one particular scene where he walks behind her and his tail comes behind and like brushes the front part of her, which is dangerously close to private parts.
Bathing suit areas. Yeah.
Thank you, yes. Yeah. Which I thought was like weird and creepy because I don't know, it just reminded me a little bit of a child. I guess a cartoon character reminds me of children. Maybe that's what it is. Okay. And it was sort of like, ugh, and she's giving him like the eyes. I'm like, really? Is she really like, as opposed to the AHA chemistry, I just didn't feel as comfortable with her having this relationship. I don't know if it was because it was a cat or a cartoon.
Yeah. It was an interesting choice to have it be like MC Scat Cat and like, but also I thought you mentioned the tail. There's a scene where she's is it the staircase where his tail lifts her...
Oh, at the end. Yeah, when she's walking up the stairs, she lifts it up. Yeah.
And she slaps it away.
Well, and they're laying on the couch together. He is on top of her.
Around. Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. Like, they did not need to put those... I would have felt a lot more comfortable with it being a friend relationship that they're talking about, maybe.
Yeah, like being cutesy together.
Yeah,
this is being
friends,
a little aggressive.
Opposites attract. Like, it could have been more of a friendship that they're talking about, as opposed to, like, actually having some sort of sexual relations on a couch.
Yeah. Well, and he blows smoke in her face when they're on the couch.
Oh, yes.
And I didn't
We all know what that means.
I know, and I didn't like that. And, like... I will say though, consummate pro, amazing dancer. Like, she was completely invested in this ridiculous video. I'm gonna actually nitpick a little bit and say the cat's lip syncing was bad. His mouth did not match the words to save its life. And that was a special note that I made, because I was like, wow, it's like he's really pretty bad as a lip syncer. But I think that scene that you mentioned it, where they're side by side and she has on that oversized button down shirt, her hair's in a ponytail, and she's just like sort of like freestyling, and they're freestyling side by side. That to me is as good dancing as anything I think we saw around that time. And like, she's just
100%,
and it's fun. Like, she's having a fun time, and every move is choreographed to within an inch of its life. But she is having the time of her life. She's smiling the whole time, and
so much fun.
I mean, she probably should have been given some sort of acting award, because I can think of a lot of other, say, because at that point in her career, she'd have to make a cat dancing animated music video, for God's sake. I mean, she could have... I
think she was just trying to be different.
And have fun.
And definitely did her job. I forgot how talented she is or was, because I think, the whole American Idol, it didn't do a lot for her, her reputation, I guess.
She was well liked on that show.
She was well liked, but she was also sort of portrayed as daffy and a little bit loopy.
Like a little, like, Earth Mother.
Yeah. So I think taking it back to the 80s and just seeing just how good she was, she was great. It was fun. And I think that this is one of those rare videos where I liked the video just as much as I loved the song. Because I loved that whole CD that she had. I think I gave it away to a few friends. It actually reminds me of an old friend, Kim Lennon Bench, if you're listening. Hello. And I think I gave her the CD actually for Christmas one year. But it reminds me, when I look at that video, it reminds me of our friendship, and we used to hang out and have so much fun, and it was just a fun little throwback. So call me, Kim. Anyways.
Well, so it was the sixth. This song, so not the video. The song though was the sixth single off of Forever Your Girl. The song before the song was Cold Hearted.
Cold Hearted.
Oh my god, so good,
love
so
that.
good. And we talked about that.
I
want to
listen to this whole CD.
We talked about that last time, where my gym mix has like Olivia Newton-John on it and Madonna, like the 80s, and that Cold Hearted is on my gym.
It's such a good song.
That is a good song, and that's an amazing. Actually, that is an amazing video with dancing and everything else. But then this is the last single off of Forever Your Girl, and then her next CD or next album starts with Rush Rush. So she really had she had 3 singles in a row were like massive hits.
It was a very, very successful CD. I remember that.
She does have a lot of good videos, actually. But I thought, her freestyle was good. It's funny, we talked about the inappropriate cat for sure. But I liked it too.
Very cute.
So I think some of it could have been a little more seamless. I think even for the time, because if you're Paula Abdul, she was already a huge star. This is like really a very good time for her. So I feel like they could have maybe spent a little more money. I think the cat, I read this, the cat was created, and it looks that way, by a Disney animator.
So I was actually, it's so funny. I don't think I wrote it in my notes, but I was actually thinking that, because it definitely had that Disney quality in terms of the actual cartoon and even the background. So one of the things that I loved about Disney is the attention to detail with the shadows and all that. And I noticed that right away in the video that Scat Cat was very much the Disney quality.
It's MC.
Whatever. I'm calling it Scat Cat. Actually, what's funny, and my naturalist friends who are listening, lots of shout outs today, will appreciate that. Do you know what scat is?
Oh, God. Well, I think...
What do you think it is?
Well, wait. So scat... Wait. Don't do this to me. If you're editing this out. I don't know.
Maybe I will, maybe I won't.
What is it?
Scat is actually like poop from wild animals.
Oh, yes. I wasn't going to say that.
That's what I was going to say, he's saying.
Absolutely. Why
didn't you say it?
Because I didn't want to sink this episode with filth.
You've been talking about scat through this whole episode. All of my friends that I work with are probably giggling every time you say scat. So anyways, so that's that.
That is, yeah.
Do you have any other final thoughts about Opposites Attract?
I think it just confirms. I think it just confirms Paula Abdul's placement in pop music and in video, music video talent. I think it is a lot of fun. Which brings us to the big question.
The big question. I know this is kind of a tough one.
But here's the thing: because I predict certain people, like maybe Rob Cella, our friend
another
Rob,
shout
another shout out. I know. But I predict, like, people will say, "Oh, come on, that's not a fair question. You can't put Take On Me up against Opposites Attract." And I think you can.
I think you can also.
They use a lot of the same...
Send in the emails, people. Send them in.
Yeah, go for it. So I do think it's like they use a lot of the same technology. They were created, off of big hit songs. They both took a bit of collaboration and work to create these videos. Paula Abdul's dancing, I mean, there's no dancing and
there's one little bit of dancing.
A little
shimmy.
A little shimmy, yeah. So, but
it also deals with like relationships too, and like the main storylines are relationships between an animated
different worlds.
And
different worlds.
So there's a lot of similarities.
There are a lot of similarities. So I think they do stand alone as very strong music videos, but the time has come to pick which one makes the vault and which one will perish forever. All
right. Well, I do have my answer.
You already have it.
Yes. Okay. Oh, you don't have an answer yet?
Well, now that we've been talking about it, I feel like I have my answer.
I know it's tricky, but I'm going with my original answer, and that is I think that we should keep Take On Me, and I think it's more of a personal. So I think this. I think my answer is really based on my personal thoughts and my being transported back into the 80s and really feeling like that for me is when I think about 80s videos. That's it. So that's the main reason. But also I feel like the Opposites Attract video could be represented in the vault by other videos. Like
I get what you're saying.
Something like Borderline or something that has more of like that 80s typical feel in the dancing and the, fun.
Yeah, I understand
so that's sort of, I feel like it could be represented another way, but I don't think Aha's Take On Me could be represented in a different way from a different video.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I think, like Sledgehammer does a bit of like the crazy.
Oh, that's true. That's a good one.
And, but yeah, in that regard, that's interesting.
Different kind of animation, though.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, Christina.
That was more stop. Isn't that more like?
Yeah. Speaking of stop, Christina. So no, but I do think I agree. That was before I even watched these videos again. I was like, well, obviously, when that question comes up, it's going to be Take On Me. But watching it, but then I have to be honest. I think I enjoyed talking about Opposites Attract more than Take On Me. But it is like this moment. It is that thing. And I think it goes back to what you said in the very beginning of the episode, where it's like when you hear Take On Me, you picture the video. And I think that speaks to a lot of the strengths of both the song and the video. I agree. I think it's another good point you had. So many good points, Christina.
Wow, imagine every once in a while, right?
It was bound to happen. But it's like, yeah, if we're putting something in the vault just because it has a lot of good dancing, there are other Paula Abdul videos that would hold up to that. So I think
what was saved last time? Was it Love is a Battlefield? So yeah, there's a lot of dancing in that as well.
Fine, Christina.
So, there you go.
Anyway, so I think that's it.
That's it for this episode.
Amazing.
So I guess that's it for this episode of Old Roommates.
Thanks for listening. Please subscribe to Old Roommates on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, and wherever you listen to podcasts. And give us a rating or review while you're there. And if you have an idea for the show, a suggestion, comment, email us at oldroommatespod@gmail.com.
And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Old Roommates. This is Christina.
And this is Brian.
Thanks again for listening. Till next time.